The front of the tuck box says White Edition and trademark, and then at the bottom it says Guild of the Artisans, the U.S. playing card company, and Theory 11. All of the wording is done in metallic gold ink, just like the Ace of Spades, and it is all done with embossing, which means that it is actually raised and textured. This goes for both the Ace of Spades and all of the white lines going out from the outside, although the gold foil border is not embossed. One side says Made in the United States of America, and the other is the same. The bottom has Theory 11 ad copy. The back will be the back design, which we'll get into in a second. The top says Artisan, and you do get a custom Theory 11 tuck seal with the year that it was made. Here's the inside of your tuck seal. The inside of the tuck box is completely blank, so that's all I can say about the tuck box. Let's take a look at the cards. The back design is absolutely gorgeous, and I love the contrast between this goldish brownish yellow and the white. There's so much contrast and it makes everything so beautiful. It does have the AG logo and the Theory 11 logo. It says the Guild of Artisans, and it has both Sign Labor Nihil and Per Audia ad Alta, both of which I cannot say correctly, on this side here and the other side as well. Your number cards are going to be completely bicycle standard, nothing changed here. Red's are red, black are black, and the same goes for your 3 aces. This deck includes a double backer and your standard Theory 11 ad card. Your court cards have all been redone from the standard bicycle faces, except for now your blues are much deeper, your reds stay the same, the blacks for the most part are gone, and then your yellows are now this metallic gold ink, and absolutely love them that they stayed all classical, just like every other Theory 11 deck. You do get your Guild of Artisans Jolly Jokers, and a gorgeous Ace of Spades. Although in comparison from this one to this one, I do like how there was the white on the inside of this, and I wish they would have done the same with the Ace of Spades on the playing card. From bottom to top, this deck does faro beautifully, and then from the top to the bottom, once again, faros beautifully, and have absolutely no problem with faroing this deck. Now when it comes to how this deck feels, there's only a few ways I can explain it to you because I can't hand this deck through the screen. So the first one is how thick it is, the second is how it feels in your hand. So how thick it is, it's just your standard classic stock, and then how it's actually going to feel in your hands, it's going to have a good mixture of both buttery and snappy. So buttery decks are much better for things like Under Pressure, and then snappy decks are much better for moves like Backdrop, both of which you can learn here on the channel. But at the end of the day, should you buy this deck? Now the first reason I would say yes and that you should is that it's 10% off in the description below, so you can save some money if you want the whites or the black ones. Both editions are 10% off, and I'll be reviewing the black ones next week. Next, it depends on who you are. So if you're a magician, 100%, you should be picking this deck up. It has a lot of things. There's from the back design to the simple faces, duplicate jokers, all this is going to make it really good for Magic. It doesn't have anything above and beyond, excluding the fact that it does have a double backer, which is pretty standard for most decks at this point anyways. It doesn't have a reveal or a marking system or anything crazy like that. So it's going to be a pretty standard deck, just a little bit more of a luxury deck, but nothing extra special for magicians. Now, should you use it for cardistry? I would say no to that, truth be told. This isn't really a cardistry deck from the faces to the back design to even the tuck box. It's not really a cardistry deck. Should you collect this deck, I would definitely put this one as probably its number 1 feature. When it comes to the tuck box with all the embossing and the foil, to the back design being so luxury, and Theory 11 has a great series of a great line of playing cards that you should already be collecting, and it looks great on a shelf like that. So truth be told, this is definitely a deck you should collect. Now, can you play card games with it? The answer is technically speaking, yes, because when it looks at all the faces, you can see them all and they're extremely legible and readable, but the back design, again, is going to be extremely nice, and it's not a marked deck, so there's nothing going to be crazy, so you won't be able to read anyone else's hand, but it's also a more luxury deck, which does then mean that I'm not going to want my friends to use this deck because they don't understand how to treat cards the way that I do. And lastly, is this a hype deck? Heck no. And if you want to pick up this deck of cards right here, it is 10% off in the description below with code CardPerfectMagician, so hopefully I can save you money and you can be supporting the channel at the same time. And if you want to check out my full deck reviews playlist, you can check that out up there, and you can check out another video right here. So make sure to subscribe if you did enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's CardPerfect signing off.